Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tech Talk. If you guys haven't joined us or seen the show before, this is a forum where we talk to some people doing probably the most exciting things in the world of IT today. We're always joined by some fantastic guests, and today is no exception to that. Today we are joined by Kathleen Schofield with the Northeast Florida Regional STEM2 Hub. If you guys haven't met Kathleen before, she's doing some amazing stuff. She's probably one of the most exciting people in the community, certainly here in Jacksonville, but kind of going worldwide now. You're going global?
We are. We're going global.
Yeah, so thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
So, Kathleen, so folks that are new to kind of STEM2 Hub, talk a little bit about just what it is from a high level.
Sure. Okay, the STEM2 Hub was formed by the business community because they noticed there was a gap between what the K-12 and K-20 system was preparing kids for and what the real needs are in the workforce. So instead of like a lot of business communities do where they sit and admire the problem, here our workforce decided to get involved and help by building a nonprofit that's whole job was to identify the gaps and then work to put programs in place or structures in place so that the gaps could be filled.
Okay, so it's really the businesses that are kind of telling the education system, hey, here's the skill sets that you need in the marketplace today. Here's the way you need to be training kids up.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly correct. And so the pulse comes from the business community. Mm-hmm. I came from a school district. I was the STEM director in Clay County. Okay. And so I understand that world, and I also understand the business world. And so knowing how to get the information and then how to help the school districts understand why it's critically important, sure. That has been, the whole mission of the STEM2 Hub.
Yeah, so that's a valuable thing just in itself, of kind of knowing the language that the education system speaks and then being able to take the business world to that. It's got to be really valuable. I mean, one of the things that I think is challenging for a lot of businesses today is they're looking for people in these positions for technology that's all brand new, right? So there's not people that have 15 years experience in AI and machine learning and robotic process automation and things like that. So finding the talent pools for that, it's got to start in the education system.
It has to. And there's so much research that says girls, especially by the third grade, they've already kind of decided whether or not some of the jobs. Grade. Yes, wow. Third grade. It starts early. And then by middle school, that's another dropping off point. So our approach has been start early, start with things that are obtainable, and then just help them have more opportunities from there. So for example, December is National Computer Science Education Week, the first week of December. And this year in our region, which is the 7 school districts in Northeast Florida, we had probably 75,000 kids participate in an hour of code. And those are kindergartners all the way up through high school. And the theme this year, the global theme, was dance party. Right. So kids were learning to code. Yes. It's a real hook. But there's so much with that dance party theme. If you think about IoT, the Internet of Things, and the wearable technology, the flashing lights, the choreography, well, all of those things can be boiled down to patterns. It can be boiled down to loops, sequences. Basically, you're making these algorithms and applying it to coding characters to dance or coding little memes to dance. So all kids love that. And just the way that our area led in terms of the number of schools and number of children that actually got to participate in Hour of Code, it got us some national recognition.
Yeah, that's what I say. You guys are about 5 years old as an organization?
5 years, yes. We're in our 5th year.
Taken off in the last couple of years, right? So I know I've got a couple kids here in the school system in town, and they're continually getting these exposures to things. It makes IT very approachable. But I think it's like the dance piece you mentioned, like making it so it's not algorithms and bits and bytes. It's how it relates to the real world, how it comes to a job you might want to get into or a career.
Exactly. So we do a lot with giving kids starter experiences, like for instance, Calais Campbell, who just won NFL Man of the Year.
Week,
yes. Well, if you look at one of the things that helped him be named that was his commitment to all kinds of educational initiatives, but especially coding. We actually partner with Calais, with the Jax Pal, and then with us to do STEM in the football camps. So
really?
So the kids will be on the field running drills, then they'll come inside to us and they'll fly a drone. Or they'll go back out to the field, they'll come in and they'll code a robot. And actually, the footage of his accepting the award, those are our STEM camps that we
Really?
brought to his football camps.
That's
Yes.
great. Yeah, bringing in football camps. I mean, it's just one of those. It's almost the Trojan horse kind of thing. You're just sneaky to get in there. You get these kids exposure to it. Normally, would never think they're drawn to technology, or even that's a possibility for them. You
Right.
start to show them a path.
Right,
That's it,
right, exactly. You meet them where they are. And a lot of times you'll hear like the kids will do a concussion awareness and the doctor will talk to them about concussions. Well, we did that. But what we also did was we took, we're partners with Microsoft in something called Hacking STEM.
Right.
And we did one of their simulations where we make a gelatinous balloon that functions as a brain. We put a cap on it with all the regions of the brain, and then we have kids wire all that up, link it through an Arduino board to a computer, and do a concussion simulator. Then they can see what region of the brain is affected, how much impact does it have on basically my motor skills, and how does that impact my entire being. So we were able to show them through technology in a really cool and fun way how you can see what the direct effect of a concussion is. So all of those kind of things kind of send a message to them. They're seeing tech tools, in this case sports. They're seeing how does this apply to football. But also we put a helmet on that model. Do it again. They see, oh, less trauma to my brain.
Sure.
And then they think, oh, there's invention here. There's ways to help.
Opportunities for improvement.
Exactly, exactly. So we try to spark innovation while we're hooking them into these different kinds of tech opportunities.
So you guys are making huge impacts here in North Florida, obviously, and it's been tremendous, especially in the last few years. But you're starting, like you said earlier, you're starting to get some national and even some global kind of focus on this for kind of what you guys are building down here. I mean, what does that look like? What's that been like for you?
Well, thank you for mentioning that. We are part of a national network of communities like Jacksonville that are all trying to really do the same work. We're trying to elevate the awareness of STEM and really build a cross-sector ecosystem where those collaborations are happening. And a lot of people, many people, are looking to Jacksonville as a national model for how to really reach into the education system and build buy-in so that they're actually doing things like embracing robotics in the school day and making sure that not just the kids who can stay after school for a club or who go down an academy pathway, but that every child gets at least exposure. Because if they don't know what's available, they rule it out. They think it's too hard. Oh, computer science, not for me. But when we can put them on the floor with an iPad and have them code a little robot using block coding, they see, I can do this. And it's very empowering.
Yeah, I think it's just different. I think you think about the way it used to be when we were kids and it was, social studies and math and English were the core things. I think, in the future, IT almost has to be a core component of that education. So for businesses that are interested in what we're talking about, that want to get involved, what's the best way for them to reach out and participate and get involved in something like this?
Well, that's great. There's so many opportunities, anything from mentoring a team or a club to coming out and judging at some of our events. We've got the third North Florida Computer Science Fair coming up. That's going to be on April 29th at the University Center over at UNF.
Great.
And that's your future talent pipeline there. Those are all kids who are taking computer science classes and coming to show what they made or what they built for Coding for Good or Hacking for Good. We need judges, we need prizes, we need sponsors. That's a great way to get involved. And our CIO Council is helping spearhead that for us.
That's terrific. So Kathleen, where can people find out more? If they see this interview, they want to find out more about you or connect with you, what's the best way to do that?
They can visit our website. It's STEM2Hub.org. Or they can follow us on Facebook, again, NEFL STEM2 Hub, and they can learn what's going on. Our website is a great place to see and discover, and they can email me, Kathleen at STEM2Hub.org, and I am happy to help them get involved in a way that they're interested.
That's great. Well, look, as somebody in the business community here and also as a father of two, I appreciate all your efforts. You're obviously super passionate about it. We definitely appreciate you coming on the show today and telling us more. And you guys are out there, definitely get involved and find out more about what they're doing. It's a great cause.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much. Hey guys, thanks again for joining us on Tech Talk. We'll look forward to catching you on the next interview.